called democratization of mental health counseling. So actually, it should be democratization of mental health awareness and counseling. So I'm here to tell you about my NGO called My Kahani. Let me share my screens. So I'm the founder and CEO of My Kahani. My Kahani is an Indian NGO that democratizes mental health awareness and counseling. So what is the problem here? The problem here is, first of all, there's a lack of awareness of mental health issues. That goes for all classes. Even the elite people in India have an issue. They're not aware of mental health issues and there's tremendous stigma. People themselves are not aware that they have a mental health problem. They're not able to define what they are feeling. So, for example, if they are having depression, they just know that something is wrong. They don't know, they cannot pinpoint that they're having depression. Same is the case with anxiety and other high level mental health disorders like bipolar disorder, etc. People think that they are the only ones facing the issue and are alone. This is typically true for many psychosomatic diseases. So, for example, mental health diseases can also lead to physical health diseases like psychosomatic diseases. And when people face these, they think that they are the only ones who face them. They don't know that there are millions of other people worldwide who face them as well. And also because of tremendous stigma, especially in our country, they are unable to seek help. There is a lot of stigma around mental health issues. And because of that, people are unable to speak up and say that they have a problem. And they are unable to go to a doctor and seek help. They do not even know that they should go to a doctor. They do not even know that it is a disease that they are having. They do not know what kind of help to seek out, like counseling and medication. And even if they know, even if someone tells them that you need counseling and you need medication, they do not have the money for counseling and medication. So, for example, one counseling session, typically in India, it can cost as much as rupees 1,000 or above. People who do not earn, there are people who don't earn rupees 1,000 even in one day. So obviously they do not have money for counseling. So that is the aim of My Kahani, to make counseling available to all who need it. And before that, to make people aware that they have a problem. Our goals. So My Kahani NGO, it was started 6 months ago by me in India, and our goals are: number one, eradication of stigma concerning mental health. Number two, spreading awareness on mental health and common issues. And number three, democratization of mental health counseling. So democratization means making it available to everyone, free of cost, so that everyone can afford it and it is accessible to everyone. So, how do we do it? How do we make mental health awareness and mental health counseling available to everyone free of cost? So, one of the solutions is our website. So, as you can see, we have a very attractive looking website. It has many tabs, like we have About Us, we have resources, we have blogs, we have articles, we have an art gallery in which there are images of mental health, we have music, and we even have a virtual event. So our website, we have an attractive design and we use different colors aiming to make mental health cool, thus mitigating the stigma. So that is our approach. Throughout our NGO, we aim to make mental health attractive or cool in order to mitigate the stigma. The website can be viewed in Hindi as well as English. And there is a lot of information to spread awareness. There's information about famous celebrities who have struggled with mental health, like Deepika Padukone, Anushka Sharma, Priyanka Chopra, etc. There is information about famous personalities in history, like Vincent van Gogh, who is the famous artist who painted sunflowers and all. And these also struggled with mental health. They are very interesting blogs and articles, and mostly they will relate to the youth of today. There is a lot of art related to mental health, and also there are YouTube videos of mental health songs. We also have a LinkedIn page, and currently we have 430 plus subscribers. I post regular updates on mental health, my Kahanis, programs and initiatives on the LinkedIn page. And there are daily posts on mental health. We have a YouTube channel as well, and this is one of the most important aspects. We have 45 videos in the local language, which is Hindi for Northern India, on topics that can cause mental health issues in Indian population. So see, this is very important to note that the videos are not on mental health diseases like depression or anxiety. They are on the causes rather than the effect. So, for example, the causes can be loneliness and bullying, or parents pressurizing you to study, or parents fighting at home. This is done by design. This is because people don't even know what depression is. People do not even know what anxiety is, but they can relate to the topics. Catering to ages 8 plus. So the videos cater to children, teenagers, and adults as well. Let me give you an example of one of the videos that I have.
अगर तुम खुद से प्यार करना चाहते हो तो ये वीडियो तुम्हारे लिए ही है। ध्यान से सुनो, दूसरों से अपनी तुलना करना छोड़ो, इससे कभी खुशी नहीं मिलती। हम अपनी जिंदगी की मुश्किलों को दूसरों की कामयाबी से नापते हैं। ये तो झूठ है जो हमारे दिमाग को खराब करता है। खुद को दूसरों से कमतर मत समझना।
This video is about avoiding comparisons, and it is in the Hindi language. I'm going to continue.
याद रखो, तुम्हारी कहानी और कामयाबी तुम्हारी ही है। अपनी ताकत पहचानो और खुद को अपनाओ। जब हम खुद पर ध्यान देते हैं, अपनी काबिलियत बढ़ाते हैं, तो अंदर से सच्ची खुशी मिलती है। खुद को दूसरों से मिलाना बंद करो और अपनी अलग पहचान को गले लगाओ। तुम्हारे अंदर वो सब है जो तुम्हारे सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए चाहिए। खुद पर यकीन रखो और अपने सफर को एंजॉय करो। याद रखो, तुम खास हो।
So these videos are made using AI, using in-video AI. And of course, I was the prompter. I wrote the script and I fed the script to the AI engine, and they developed the video using clips like this. Let me show you a couple of other videos.
अगर तुम खुद से प्यार करना चाहते हो तो ये
Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Now, so one of our models is the videos are very important in our model. We have 45 videos all related to causes of mental health issues rather than the effects like depression, anxiety, etc. One of the causes, as you can see, is comparing yourself to others. Some other causes can be for children and for teenagers, can be parents not getting along and fighting in front of the children or teenagers. Another cause can be them being lonely and being bullied in school, etc. For adults, it can be work stress. So our videos span a large gamut of all these problems. And we think that they will be helpful to all age ranges from 8 plus for children and teenagers and adults combined. Another part of our model is to collaborate with different NGOs. So we have partnered with 8 different NGOs. They show our mental health videos to their beneficiaries, which are students, health workers, etc. We have also collaborated with an IIT Delhi incubated startup called Gramvani. They show our videos to rural populations through IVR and mobile app. So what do I mean by IVR? IVR is Internet Video Relay Chat. So what this means is that, the normal phones we have, which are non-video phones. So through voice itself, the audio of the video. So I convert the video to audio format and I give it to Gramvani, and they stream it through IVR to the rural population. And they also have a mobile app in which they stream the videos as it is. So to date, we started this project about 2 months ago, and to date, 14 videos have been shown in 14 weeks. So every week, one video is shown. So to date, there have been 1,562 unique views of the videos. So when I say unique views, I mean that the same person, if the same person has seen all the videos, all 14 of the videos, that is not counted. 1,562 unique people have been affected by the videos and they have seen the videos. There have been 56 feedback comments on the videos. And we also have another thing for research purpose. We conduct a happiness survey. So after every 5 videos, we conduct a happiness survey. We ask the people, how happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And we see if, and for our research, we see if this increases after 5 videos. So basically, we want to know if our videos are having an impact on the happiness factor of these people. We are conducting research on that, and we are collecting data, and we will write a research paper on this at the end of the study. The study will be typically 6 months or maybe more. So this is the collaboration with Gram Vani. Another aspect of the collaboration is giving free counseling. So the people who answer less in the happiness survey, we want to give them free counseling. So one thing is that we direct them to free helplines in the country. So there are many free helplines in the country, and we give them a few examples and we ask them to call. And another thing we have is that in My Kahani, we have enrolled a few volunteer counselors, and we are trying to tie them in, and we are trying to make a helpline of our own with these volunteer counselors, so that these volunteer counselors can give help and free counseling to the people who need it the most. And how do we find out who needs it the most is through our happiness survey. Now we also have a component of virtual events that we conduct. So this is a virtual event that we have converted. This is only the first, and we plan to have a series. Every month or so, we plan to have a virtual event. So we get esteemed counselors on board, and they talk about mental health on these virtual events. These virtual events are streamed free of cost on LinkedIn. I'll just play this virtual event for you, and that will be the end of the presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the special session, The Comfort Cycle. We're absolutely thrilled to have you here as we create a safe and supportive space to talk openly about mental health, therapy, and most importantly, breaking the stigmas that still surround these topics.
Absolutely, Vineet. Welcome everyone. Mental health has never been more important to talk about, and especially in today's fast-paced and ever-changing world, this session is all about diving into some unique perspectives and gaining insights that can help us understand mental health in new and deeper ways. So we're so grateful to have you people join this journey, and we hope you find it as enlightening as we do.
And before we dive into today's discussion, let us take a moment to introduce ourselves. I'm Vineet, and alongside Neha, I've been your host for today's session. We've been working closely with our founder Sonali to bring this event to life, and we're so excited to get this started.
Exactly. We've got a lot to explore today, and we're so thankful to be a part of My Kahani, a platform that's dedicated to changing the conversation around mental health. So Sonali, who is the heart and soul of My Kahani, will be guiding our discussion today. So along with an incredible panel of experts. We couldn't be more excited to share this space with you all.
Right. Speaking of Sonali, she's truly a driving force behind this initiative. Sonali, she's been instrumental in creating the comfort cycle and has worked tirelessly to bring this together, and the panel of professionals who will share their wisdom and insights. We're grateful for her leadership and her vision throughout this journey. And today, first up, we have Shruti Agarwal. Shruti has completed her MA in clinical psychology and is currently pursuing an advanced diploma in child guidance and counseling. She will be exploring the intersection of creativity and healing, specifically how art therapy can be a transformative pathway to mental well-being.
Next, we are excited to have Sachi Sakai with us. Sachi is a psychologist who pursued her MSc in clinical psychology and specializes in neurodivergence affirmative therapy. Wow. She will shed light on therapeutic approaches that specifically support neurodivergent individuals and discuss the importance of tailored and affirmative care.
Lastly, we have Soumya Nagar, a passionate clinical psychology student at Amity University. Soumya has completed over 500 hours of hands-on experience in various hospitals and will discuss how social media is shaping parent-child relationships and its impact on mental health. This is such an important topic, especially in our digitally connected world.
So I can't wait to hear from all of our experts today. It's going to be an insightful and enriching conversation. So before we start, I want to remind everyone that this is a very safe space, and feel free to ask questions, share your thoughts, and be open to new ideas. So we are here to learn, grow, and support each other.
Absolutely. And as we begin, remember that mental health is a journey, one that we're all on together. It's okay to not have all the answers, and it's okay to ask for help. Our goal here today is to provide a space for meaningful dialogue, to challenge outdated beliefs, and hopefully inspire each one of you to take something valuable away.
Now, without further ado, let's jump into today's discussion. So we'll start. Winnie, would you like to start? We'll start with questions, basically.
So let's start with Shruti. Could you start by introducing yourself, telling us a bit about your journey in mental health? Also, what drew you to art therapy, and how do you think it contributes to the mental well-being, which makes a difference in people's lives?
So I'm Shruti, and currently, as you know, I'm doing my diploma in child guidance and counseling, and I'm mostly interested keenly very in art therapy, because art therapy is often misunderstood as just coloring or making something pretty, but it's more than that. It's about expression, and you are free to explore in any way possible. There are no rules. So that is something that excites me a lot about the art therapy. And I have been working with a few psychologists, clinical psychologists. I have done my observership with the Mind and Wellness Studio and Unique Psychological Services. So I have more than 6 years experience in the field of psychology now. And mental health is something that's as important as physical health, and there are many ways through which we can explore the mental health. And I think, according to me, I find art therapy as a medium which helps me also to express my emotions and catch up with my mind and my emotions, what I'm feeling. And I tend to and desire to help others to explore their emotions and feelings through art therapy.
Great to hear from you, Shruti. So let's start with the basics. If art therapy had a tagline, what would it be? And does it involve only coloring between the lines? Or how does it work? What's your take on it? So be honest, how many people come to you saying, but I can't even draw a stick figure? How does art therapy comes into play, and how do you deal with it?
So I think art therapy, tagline for art therapy would be, giving voice to emotions through colors and creativity. Because art therapy is often misunderstood as just coloring, as I just said, and it's about expression, not perfection at all. Your art is not supposed to be good or bad. Yeah, basically art helps you to assess part of your mind and emotions, that words may fail to reach. Sometimes your emotions are difficult to put into words, so that is where art comes into play. And there is no right or wrong way to express yourself. If you feel like splashing paint on wall, you can do that. If you feel like scribbling, you can do that. And if you feel like tearing the paper up and gluing it back together, all of that is valid here, because it's about creating something that reflects how you are feeling in the moment.
Great, great. So be honest, how many people come to you saying, "But I can't even draw a stick figure," and how do you deal with that individually?
Oh, so when it's probably the most common thing I hear. So I tell them that you don't need to, draw anything recognizable at all. Art therapy isn't about scales. It's about, using shapes, colors, textures, and lines to express yourself. Like a simple scribble can also, reveal a lot of your emotions. In fact, I find that people who are artists often, benefit the most, because their approach, when like they start doing the art, the process is without judgment or without any sort of expectations. So I encourage them to just start, just grab a color, make a mark, like just take the paper, take whatever medium you feel like doing, and let the process guide them. And I'm always there to guide them as well.
Well, that's a great take on the question, Shruti. So I'd like to ask you another question, that is, if it was a Netflix show, what would its genre be? A drama, comedy, feel good, or something all of the above?
I'd say it's a combination of drama, feeling good, and even sometimes, even mystery. Because it's dramatic, because, we are often uncovering the deep emotions and, exploring the experiences that are, difficult to put into words, or let's say difficult to, share with anybody. Let's say any traumatic incident, or, so, and it's also feeling good types, because the act of creating can be very soothing, and very soothing, and it heals you in a way that you wanna feel very calm. And it's a bit of a mystery, because sometimes you don't know what's going to come out on the canvas. It's a journey of self-discovery, because you might start coloring from, you may have like chosen a pink color, let's say, and you went on and on, and you ended up drawing an ocean or painting an ocean. So, every session is like a new episode with it, their own twists and turns.
True that. That's a great take. So moving forward, I'd like to ask you, let's say someone has a blank canvas and has no clue where to start. What's the first clue that you tell them?
So, black. Okay, so starting with how you're feeling in this very moment, I'll just, I'll just say, ki, are you calm, restless, or overwhelmed? Pick a color that matches that feeling, whatever you're feeling right now. And then make a mark. It can be a line, a shape, or even just a scribble, anything you feel like. Just do not overthink it. Just do what you're feeling in the moment. Because it's not at all about creating something perfect or good or pretty. It's about giving yourself the permission to explore. Because sometimes, just starting with your own favorite color, or, making random dots and lines can, break the ice. So from there, your instincts will take over.
Great. Something like this would just hit into like medical practitioners like y'all. So let's say a picture is worth of 1,000 words, but can it replace a therapy session? Where's the balance between art and the talk therapy?
So art therapy doesn't replace talk therapy, and I would say it complements it very beautifully, because you can think of it as a bridge, because sometimes people struggle to portray their feelings, or even the emotions that are very complex or deeply rooted. So art gives those emotions a visual form, basically, making it easier to understand the process. And for example, someone might create very chaotic or overlapping lines, so that can that might represent the anxiety. Or then we can talk about the art that the person drew, that what does this line mean to you. So basically it's about talk therapy and art therapy is basically a combination, because I don't think so art therapy will work without the talk therapy. Though art is enough to understand the emotions, but client often feel more open to discussing their thoughts, because the art has already done some of the heavy lifting. So
Absolutely, that would be a great take that an individual could apply in order to instigate all these issues and, have a good mental health and well being. So, if art therapy could collaborate with another field, say music or AI, what wild ideas could you think could come out of it, and how could AI be an opportunity in mental health?
So basically, okay, so imagine sessions where people listen to a song and paint how it makes them feel. So it's a combination of auditory plus visual expressing as well. So these can deepen the therapeutic experience, because they are feeling very calm at the moment because of the music and the art. So AI could analyze your art over time, tracking the emotional patterns, or the prompts that are basically based on your mood. So for example, if AI notices repeated themes of isolation, let's say, so it could suggest exercises focused on connections and belonging. And this could be a game changer for personalized mental health care. And if we talk about the DIY art therapy exercise, so I would say try mandala, mood mandala basically. So you have to draw a large circle on a blank sheet of paper, divide it into sections, each slice like a like a pizza slice or a pie slice, and each slice will represent one aspect of your life, let's say work, relationship, self-care, and you can choose other domains, and use the colors and the patterns or symbols to feel each section based on how you are feeling about that part of your life. Let's say if you're feeling happy, you might use colors like pink and yellow to represent the joy, but sometimes when you're feeling sad, you might use darker colors like blue, black, etc. So basically this simple exercise can help you reflect on your emotional state and identify the area that needs attention.
Great. Thank you for all the insights, Shruti. Everything was put out so beautifully that I'm definitely sure it would make an impact for the audience. Thank you for sharing the perspective on art therapy. It's inspiring to see how creative expression like painting or drawing, it can help individuals actually process emotions and their well-being. With your experience in mental health, we see how this aspect brings us to reduce stress and like find new perspectives. So your journey in this field, it seems to be like very much of a belief in the transformative power of creativity and fostering mental health's well-being, and your commitment to making a difference in people's lives.
Shruti was very inspiring. I wanted to add, I recently saw a video on Instagram where this lady goes to Bali for an art therapy. So they just give her a drawing and she's supposed to color it, and then according to the colors she uses, the guide informs her about her life, or just tells her about the feelings and the emotions that she's feeling. So I didn't know that this happens, and this is truly very magical, to be honest. And to know that you're doing it is just wonderful, and I hope you're enjoying. Yes. Thank. So that's so powerful, Shruti. Thank you for sharing. And Sachi, your turn. What's the secret sauce behind neurodivergence affirmative therapy?
So, neurodivergence affirmative therapy, like regular talk therapy, is also about creating a safe space where people can express themselves completely. So, with neurodivergence comes a different, unique way of seeing the world. It's not just quirks or sensory stimulation sensitivity, right? It's so much more than that. You see the world as a different place. You see the world sometimes as a more difficult place to live in. One way that I like to explain neurodivergence, or at least in particular ADHD, is when you woke up from really little sleep, right? And the whole world feels so much more louder, so much more brighter, and it hurts our senses almost. You feel more reactive in terms of your emotions. You feel more sensitive to what other people are saying to you, right? That is kind of the secret sauce behind neurodivergence, because it also makes you more sensitive to the world in return.
That's nice. Actually, this is a very unique topic that nobody talks about that often, and to actually dive deep into it is the key aspect of this particular event. So I want to break the ice over here. So if you had to explain neurodivergence to someone who's never heard the term neurodivergence, like me and Denise, obviously we had to Google it before entering the event. So, but in the style of a tweet that everyone could understand, what you can use emojis also as bonus points.
Okay. So I think I would start the tweet with neurodivergence simply means that we all process the world differently. And I could say something #different, right? And the thing is, these days neurodivergence is becoming more popular, right? So other hashtags like ADHD, autism, Tourette's, Down syndrome, all of these can also be included as hashtags because they're just types of neurodiversity. Right? It's not wrong, it's different, and anyone can taste it. Maybe something like an earth emoji and a little sparkle emoji, because it's just a little different.
That's great, Sachi. It's great. Also, you spoke about ADHD. So ADHD is a kind of
neurodevelopmental disorder.
Okay. So if I'm someone who has ADHD and if I'm approaching you and I'm telling you my entire life is messed up and then I'm very sensitive to everything that's happening. So what would you recommend? What would you refer to me? Like, what am I supposed to do that would help soothe myself or the situation?
I think the first thing is to just validate yourself, to understand yourself, right? Because we have been told that the way they approach the world is wrong. Just that initial shame that people with ADHD have, understanding that and accepting that. That would be the first step. Other resources could be, like Shruti mentioned, since ADHD is a different way of seeing the world, engaging them in therapy in a creative way could be really helpful. So something like art therapy, something like music therapy, and be really helpful for people with neurodivergence. Right? Other resources would be podcasts about neurodivergence, right? Following content creators. There are a lot of therapists with ADHD who make content online, and it's free of cost and it's very readily available to people. And it can help you better understand yourself. Like them, I'm also a therapist with ADHD. So that is the whole reason that I'm actually more interested in this field of neurodivergence performative therapy, because it's what I've experienced myself.
Thank you so much for sharing that over here. And it's a strength, I would say, to actually want to look into more of what you suffer from. So I guess it's wonderful. And also, I would want, like, I know that people who have ADHD also face a lot of stigmas in their life. So why do you think so many people focus on the challenges of neurodivergence, and how can we flip the script to highlight the instead?
So it's unfortunate that, it's very common
that the way we see the world when someone opposes that, we only see what is different about them, what is less, perhaps, right? You don't see the world the same way that I do. You don't approach stimulus in the world the same way that I do. So you see it as something of a challenge. Something as simple as so I'm the reason I'm dressed like this is because I'm outside at a wedding today, right? One of my cousins is neurodivergent, and they had a lot of trouble being there while the Bharat came in, right? Because they have so much stimulation, sensitivity to sound. But luckily, I had my headphones with me, so I was able to create a way for them to enjoy the Bharat while also keeping their ears protected, right? So something like making small accommodations, something like allowing children fidget spinners, right, in a classroom can help them feel so much more accepted, right? That's how you flip the script. That's how you advocate for people with neurodivergence.
That's wonderful. I didn't know that people suffered so much and they have so much emotions, and it's great that the society is accepting people like that and they're helping them. That's truly commendable.
I just wanted to be here.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. And also, you have pursued MSc in clinical psychology and specifically for neurodivergence. So,
Just regular, but I did take up a lot of additional courses. So one aspect of neurodivergence is neurodevelopmental disorders, right? Autism, ADHD, Tourette's. Another aspect of neurodivergence actually comes from mental health issues. So people over a period of time who have suffered from things like bipolar disorder, personality disorder, depression, anxiety, they also develop very different way of seeing the world, right? Someone might with anxiety might see the world in a very fearful way. That is a different way of seeing the world. So neurodivergence is actually all-encompassing of all mental health issues. And what is seen as neurotypical is more of, what our parents tell us to do, the kind of social norms we are expected to follow. That is more on the neurotypical.
okay, thank you so much. Also, now since you've mentioned a lot of stuff about neurodivergent, a patient who is neurodivergent, now for someone watching this, like myself, just mentioned a lot of things behind my brain that, am I neurodivergent at any cost? So, like, exactly for someone watching this, like, what's a gentle first step that they can take to explore this? That if you are neurodivergent or not?
Right. So I think clinically speaking, the first step would be to look at your case history, right? To look at whether you have achieved all the milestones while growing up. So say something like by 6 months the baby starts to crawl, by 1 year the baby starts to walk, right? Speech is developed about 2 to 3 years old. So things like those have to be achieved in time to show that your age is at a normal path of growing and achieving milestones. So if that doesn't happen, that would be one of the first indicators, right, that neurodivergence is present. Another thing could also be something if you ever feel like you relate to someone having mental disorder, like anxiety in more than one situation. So mental illness is defined the way it is when it is present in more than two different situations. So the child or the person is showing the same issues at school or college that they are showing at home, right? So if you feel like, okay, so my journey is neurodivergence, I came to accept and actually get to know that I was neurodivergent when I came to masters, right? Because before that I developed strategies to deal with whatever shortcomings I had. But in masters I was like, okay, everyone else is able to do this, but I am not.
So that kind of gave me the first push to acknowledge and divergence. I also realized that to do the same thing that other peers my age were doing, I had to put in much more effort. Right? Like sitting still in class, sitting still during exams. Like during exams, it's not normal to want to just get up and run. Right? So things like that, whatever makes you feel different can be like the first step to recognize it. Additionally, just listening to more content about neurodivergence. Like, it doesn't hurt neurotypical people also to learn about neurodivergence. So you'll either find out that you're neurodivergent or you'll learn how to support people with neurodivergence.
Right. That's wonderful. Like, learning about a person that's suffering from it is actually helpful, as in you get to know how to live with a person as well. I agree on that point strongly. So as a last question, I want to ask you, like, do you have any movie recommendations or something that you actually saw the movie and you were like, yes, if this someone watched, they would understand what a neurodivergent person looks like?
So, I think a really great series for representation is sex education, because in that you meet people with a lot of different types of neurodivergence, right? Another could also be Shakespeare, in which the main character, like his sister, she shows very like obvious signs of ADHD. Another show is Crash Landing, where personality disorders are shown very clearly. Another one is Idobro, right, in which the main character has bipolar disorder. There's actually a huge list of neurodivergence related content that I've curated, which I can send you the link or something, like it's a lot. So yeah. I think Sherlock Holmes is also a great example of someone who would have, right? So because Sherlock Holmes sees the world in a very different way, you also get an example of how that might be a strength, right? How she turns it into a strength.
Correct. I really agree to that. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes, yes, I observed that as well. Even in sex education, where so many people, they just accept so many facts that yet here you're not ready to accept. Yes, so I agree on that point. So, Sachi, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you so much, Neha, for your great questions.
Thank you.